Okay, I'm going to play with the balance wheel here, just playing around. This is a SSM2 product wheel, 150 in diameter, 6 by 6, 38 millimeter hub. And this arbor really doesn't, it's just kind of like on a cone shaped piece. But if I go through here and tilt this, rotate this up, it will go back and forth and settle to the heavy side. And not to bore you too much, it settles about right there, roughly. Now what I'm going to do is this, I'm going to go ahead and move this bubble. It's centered. I'm going to scoot this over, see if it moves where this is. I've got some dots here and I've got this over here. I'm going to go ahead and move to where that bubble is all the way over to the edge of the circle. You can see it rotated down some. I'm going to go back over here and get it to the other edge of the circle. I'm going to go ahead and move to where that bubble is all the way over to the edge of the circle. You can see it rotated down some. I'm going to go back over here and get it to the other edge of the circle. And it lifted up. So it does have a little bit of effect, but not as much as I thought. Now, if this was perfectly balanced, it would completely roll back and forth and go into these little gutters. So I'm going to go back here and set this in, nominally in the center. And rotated probably 5 degrees. Now, this is a kick. I'm going to go through and rotate the grind disc on the hub. So I'm going to pull this off, rotate this 90 degrees, push it back up to see if the hub itself is actually bent. So if I do that, and let me get this centered a little bit more. Still settles in here, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock position. We'll rotate this now so it's 180. Press it up on the cone shaped piece that's tapered. These are for hubs that are replaceable in the sense that ones that you can go off. It's got a tapered piece, and I've got this jammed up so it's just tight onto here, which is, these are designed to use with a hub that has balancing weights. So this has got a little bit of imbalance here. So I'm going to take that one off. Let's put a different one on here. These have been used some on the SSM2 machine, and I just wanted to try them out because see what goes on. And I'm going to go through and kind of see what's going on here. It kind of points to where maybe this is vertical. So let's just put it over here. And we have the bubble level, got it level. Just see if we can push this on here like this. Whoa. This has got divots here just to catch it. So this disc may be actually maybe balanced better than the other one. Let me rotate this on the chuck some. Let's line these two dots up. I'm just playing around here because got to get some better balancing jigs. Yeah, so this got the line vertical. It's off balance. So the heavy spot's down. Again, this is not designed for those. And what else we can try? I don't think these will fit. Let me see if I've got a different grind disc here. Let's try a Pro Sharp here. It's a 46 grit. And this is a special one that's 8 millimeters wide for a profiler. It does 2 blades at once. And I really want to make a bunch of better balancing things. This is just something just toying around. So that's not designed to do that. So it says it's precision balance, but again, that tapered piece is not really made to take the wheel like that. You'll lose the wheel here in a second. So it looks like the Swedish flag is vertical. Let me try this little trick again. Let me pull this off, rotate it, put it back on the hub again. And got roughly the same spot. This has got ways that are level. Some of them you have it between 2 ball bearings. Of course, that's not the proper way to do it, but got to play around sometime. This is a CAG 1 wheel, and it's not going to fit either one of my hubs I've got here. So I'm out of luck. Now, what's interesting about a CAG 1 wheel is the diameter on this is slightly different than 1 1/4 inch. This is actually slightly, I believe, larger. This is actually metric, and the other one is 1 1/4. So you have to do your homework on there. And so, for clarity, a hub for a hockey sharpener, this is 1 1/4. The CAG 1, I believe, let me double check, I think it's 32 millimeters, so it's got a little bit of a little bit larger in diameter. So I don't know if they bore those out, then they put that glue on there to balance it. I'm not really sure. So if you take Easy Sharp here, or Blade Master, or Blackstone, this is 1 1/4. And the CAG 1 from Sweden and Canada uses a metric, so got a little bit of side play there. Since we're doing some more balancing stuff here, just playing around, let me try Escape Pal. This is 100 millimeter, 10 millimeter radius, and this has got B252, which is a coarse grit, for generally used for rental skates. And that's probably not going to work. I might have to go ahead and put the nut and put some fiber, some pieces of plastic or something lightweight Actually, on the using this disc on a Skate Pal Pro 3, Pal 3, I've never had these vibrate, so again, I don't have this pushed on here. Probably gonna have to put this nut on here, or I could take this and machine that down 20 millimeters, make a bunch of precision arbors. Right now it's not tight, so that isn't good. So put this in here and then put a lightweight, maybe a fiber washer on here. So the mass is very little, and tighten this down and compress this so it just gingerly touches this. If that tends to be okay, this is a 60 millimeter. That doesn't have that much mass. That's probably going to be okay. That's not really the proper way to do it, but I think if I put that on there, put something just to compress that slightly. And I don't really suspect these to be ever really be that much out of balance or machined out. The Pro Sharp Advantage uses a 50 millimeter. It's got an RFID chip. These are the 60 millimeter that's used for figure skating in bandy, and this is 100 millimeter, which is fits the Skate Pal only. And this is an aggressive grit here used for doing rental skates. This will really hog out some abuse. It's one of the virtues of the that type of machines. Way cheaper to run than a Sparks machine. And then, of course, these are the Credible Edger, and that's a Blade Master wheel. Now, what's odd is that these will always fit my machine. Some of these gingerly touch the edge, and that might be just because of the way the motor's adjusted with the eccentric to take the belt tension out. So I might have to redress these over. I've had some fit, some barely. There's a little bit of interference on there. But I need to go ahead and make a balancer for these two. I've fooled around with another one that I've got taken apart with bearings. That's another project.